So, hey guys, Chauzu here. So we only have one event left in World Cruise 2024, which is going to be the upcoming Kizuna. So I thought we'd look ahead and see who are the frontrunners, who are in the top 10 overall, and how feasible is it to even get into the top 10 at this stage if you haven't played that well. But yeah, Kizuna left, and Kizuna is going to have a 3.3 times multiplier. So basically, first place in Pyro Rumble gave 100 points. So in Kizuna, it's going to be 3 times that. So up to 300 points for grabs. And as you see in Robin, for example, nobody even has 300 points. So it's a lot of points to give out. This doesn't mean that the points we've accumulated so far is meaningless. Far from it. Like, let's say, for example, me. Let's say if I get first in Kizuna, which I did in Team Robin a year ago, 2023 World Cruise. That would net me 300 points, so I'd go up to 495. And then I'd be well ahead of Sonis. But let's say Sonis finished second or third. Hell, he can't afford to finish a lot lower than that. He'd still be ahead of me due to being better in Pyro Rumble and Treasure Map. So, yeah, if you haven't done well enough in the first two events, you're probably not in the running for first. But personally, as I've said, top 10 is my goal, the higher the better. So even if I'm probably not finished first, maybe not even second, I'm very happy that I'll probably looking towards a top 5, unless this Kizuna turns out to be really crazy. For the Kizuna personally, I will be using the 3-star strat as long as it works. A day after this video goes up, I'll probably be uploading a video about what that is. But yeah, look forward to that. It's not a secret at this point, but yeah, it's not something that there's a lot of info around either. But yeah, that's for tomorrow. So for the rest of the video, let's just look through the 5 teams and see what to expect. And one important thing I mentioned before is the fact that yes, Global is aware of the 3-star strat and has used it successfully. And the fact is that if you do 3-star strat, you can't compete with the 10-star strat, the normal strat. It's literally impossible. We're talking people who will do over 1,000 runs, and where the most of them give the same points as a 10-star run. And with a 10-star strat, you're not even getting to 300 runs, so you have no chance to compete with 3-star strat if you use 10-star. And the fact to the matter is that to this date, no JP player has ever used the 3-star strat. And considering the track record of JP players being against stuff that aren't completely intended in-game, to put it lightly, or whatever I should call it, my guess is that JP aren't doing it, and the reason, who knows, like if they do it, I presume they'll be shunned by their own community, and that's never fun, so it's probably not worth it for them. But it also means that for me, for example, there's basically only 2 non-JP players ahead of me, so in that sense, I'm in a pretty good spot for at least a top 3, since, as said with that reasoning, I don't see JP players as a threat. They can't compete if they don't use the same strat. So instead, like, you focus on global players. And yeah, definitely not getting past Sonis. We have the 3rd place, who looks to be a Korean, no idea who that is. Pretty close to him, so if I get 1st place, I don't think I will, but I have a chance, of course. Then I could maybe pass him and get 2nd, which I'll be super happy with. Like, 2nd place 2 years in a row for Robin. Pretty good achievement. Not many will be able to compete with that, I'd say. Ace as well has a chance, of course. And I'm so little ahead of Ace, so if he just finishes above me, he will beat me. But like if I finish 1 place ahead of, say, Unrepair or B-Mill, I will still be ahead or have a tie, since I have that important 15 or 20 point advantage, since basically every spot gives you 15 more points with the 3 times multiplier. But Yeah, I will also say that for Kizuna, obviously, it's very hard to do any predictions since it depends on potions so much. Like, I know one frontrunner right now that has like a bit over 50 potions, and with that, you're not going to place that high. You need at least 100 potions to really have a chance of getting a high placement. Personally, I have over 150 potions and I intend to use all of them. So that should net me a pretty good place, but I'm sure there will be some tryhards with more time and more potions who will finish ahead of me. So I'm definitely not confident in finishing first, but I'd also be shocked if I finish below like the top 5 in Kizuna in my team. That will be extremely surprising, but not impossible, like we'll see. The thing with the 3-star strat is that people who normally might not compete will be able to this time. Like, I'm going to showcase the teams and such, but Stump made a very accessible team for all colors. So yeah, as long as you can build that, you can farm this for as long as you have potions. So yeah. But of course, potions is also a bit of a gatekeeper since you don't get a lot for free and it costs money. So, but I feel like I've talked 6 minutes now and I've only looked at Robin, so let's move on. In Luffy, we have LS from TRA in first. He's been very consistent. All Blue from JP, who got first in TM, is second. As I said, JP players, we are not believing in them. Like, I think the very highest JP players have enough points. So I think they'll be able to get a top 10 placement. But you get so many points from Kizuna, so yeah, it's going to be really hard for those not at the very top. So there's not going to be a ton of JP players in top 10, is my prediction. So yeah, there's a lot of people who can snatch it. Like, you can't really rule out anyone with like 140 points, maybe a bit below, if they get a really high placement, because that's just going to skyrocket them in the rankings. So if you're just above 100 points, like, don't give up if you feel like you have the potions to go for first. Now we have another TRA, 2 Shanks. Really good effort. Managed to get first in Nami and Treasure Map. Scotty has been playing really well. And we have a few other LT people there and some AF people. So this top 10 is already extremely global field. So this is going to be a bloodbath. Like, going to be really hard for any JP player to get top 10 in Nami. And it's basically impossible to predict who's going to win it here. It depends so much on potions count. And I don't really know how much potions people have. It's not something they really want to share. I'm doing it because I'm dumb and gullible, but most people aren't. So they're keeping it close to their chest. As for Sanji, we have the only 300 points here stay, who won Sanji in both PvP and Treasure Map. And knowing him, he will probably try and go for the perfect run. And like the second place here, the other 8 guy has been doing really well and always been behind him. And I get the feeling like a stay has higher status than the other 8 people. So if he wants to get first here, they're not going to try and stop him. But that's just my personal read of it. And yeah, lots of JP players as well here. But as said, I don't expect them to do well. So there's definitely opportunity for people lower here to push up in the ranks in this final event. Finally, we have the Zoro team, where we have 2 global in the top. Gromu, who absolutely killed it in Treasure Map. Chauzu, who managed to snipe first in PvP and did pretty good in Treasure Map as well, for sure. Other global players, we have another Zeus. So we'll see if he's able to play enough to compete with the top 2. We have Wano here, who I doubt will be able to compete, leader of PN. We also have the twins above him, but I don't feel like they ever do that, play that much in Kizuna, so not really expecting much there. So yeah, a lot of potential here. So it's going to be really interesting to see and follow this real time to see who is going to try and snipe the final places. And yeah, it's going to be a lot tactical because Like you're going to be able to follow points in real time and compare yourself to others, see how much do you have to do. So there's going to be some nail biters, kind of like me last time. I was 5 points away from first place in Robin, so it can be really tight like that. But yeah, not expecting a tight fight for first in my team, of course, but probably be at least 1 or 2 in one of the other ones. But yeah, I'll make a video about the 3-star strat tomorrow, so see you for that. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.